rings. Which one is? Fritzy's here. She's gonna tear things up as she's looking for something to do. Okay. So come here. Come here. It's Fritzy. She's gonna kill me. Sabotage her operation. It's like a foot stalker. Okay. Jill. No. So yeah, it was underwater pyramid in the Azores. There's not really any pictures of it, at least that look real. So I figured you tap into those energies. It does have Atlantean energy. I didn't realize it had a pyramid underneath. It's not something I think about very often. I don't think I was aware of that actually. So it makes sense. It's out in the was part of Portugal. At least that's what they say, but it's out in the islands, out in the Atlantic. So no surprise. It does have a lot of Atlantean energies. I don't think there's really any photo pictures of it. They need to have a picture like it looks like something from Egypt. It's like, okay, whatever. But I believe it's real. Of course, maybe it's. I don't think it's a hoax. I don't think so. There's just not much on it. They don't talk about it that much. So tap into those energies. Interesting. Also, yeah, the hurricane's going through probably New York area right now, are going to. Not sure what it's going to do, but yeah, Biden, the whole situation, Biden, it looks like they're trying to kick him out, especially this whole Hunter Biden thing with the whole Hunter Biden situation, which feels like it's actually orchestrated. Like they kept Epstein protected for such a long time, so I imagine they could do the same thing for Biden, but I think they want him out of there. So this is one way to kick him out. So we'll see how this goes. Maybe by the end of the year, we'll see. One scumbag out, another scumbag in. Maybe one that can actually read and think and whatever, have some kind of, who knows, they're all robots in the long run. All puppets. Cat. She's a find something else to do. And also NASA. So there's no evidence of extraterrestrials. Of course not. There you go. Gotcha. Got her. There she is again. There you go. I'll just hold you like this for a while. Fritzy. So looking for something to do. Priscilla's sleeping somewhere. You have the Night Stalker. Yeah, NASA, of course, has a lot of Nazi energy connected to it. So, of course, they're covering up everything. Of course. It's like the alien Gestapo. So, yeah, the Men in Black or whatever else, the blue people in black, whatever they are. Yeah, they're definitely, blacking things out as much as they can because they have a narrative to tell, of course. So until they want to do this whole alien thing, but they're not obviously into it right now, if it becomes their idea, then as long as they can control it. So, yeah, they're fun, especially if they have Nazi energy. That's encouraging. Of course, that's the same as the pharmaceutical companies. So they also have Nazi energy. So, more power to them on that. and also Alpha Centauri. I haven't tapped into them in like ages. So there are definitely Alpha Centaurian beings here. They just don't make themselves known. Some do look like elf beings. Yeah, some of them are blue. They have, I mean, there's versions, super Earths, super exoplanets out there. So, I imagine we do have some of our people there somehow through abductions or whatever else is going on there. So, of course, you can't prove anything as usual. So yeah, Alpha Centauri. You don't hear much about Alpha Centauri. We had some. I've challenged them in the past, and they've even surprised me sometimes. So, yeah, they just have a different perspective, but you hardly ever hear about those guys. Not that I'm ever looking, but yeah, they have like worlds kind of like ours, usually higher frequency, but yeah, to a certain. Well, they're reptilians. They have everything just like us. So yeah, the Azores frequencies, underwater pyramid energies. Yeah, that's definitely it just Atlantis all over the place. A version of Atlantis. Now it feels like it is part of. It has Atlantean roots. Let's put it that way. So we'll see what comes from that frequency. Of course, we have nothing but blockages everywhere. All these agendas going on. Politicians are completely insane. Nothing new there. Life of a sellout. So, all right. I was talking counter price. Sessions. Schedule. Yeah, schedule. Webinars, social network, behind the scenes. And if you're wondering where the Azores is, not that anybody remembers, thinking who's good. Only rich people go there. So the Azores, just these islands out. These are all Portugal. I think this one's Portugal, but the Azores is right here. So it's one of these. I don't know which one it is. Where the pyramid is. Oh, really? Oh, the background just found figures. There's no cat back here. Background malfunction. All right. Yeah, I guess the background's need to there's no cat here to tear it down. Of course, she did mess with it yesterday. So they probably weakened it. So yeah. Let's see the Azores energies. Yeah. Interesting. The Azores. I get like a. I don't know if there's anything like this, like a pyramid head people. That just came to mind. I'm not sure. I have to look that up. Pyramid head people. It's probably a better word for it. Yeah, just like a kind of like a pyramid shaped head. I mean, it's like a regular head, but it's kind of like a. I don't think there's anything out there like that, but that's the vibe I got. Yeah, I don't think they found those skeletons if they even exist. Yeah, something like a. That's different. That might be more of a fourth dimensional energy. Well, yeah, pyramid head people. So, which I wouldn't be surprised. That's something I would normally see. Yeah, that's something new. I mean, we connected to triangle people. This is more pyramid head people. So, wouldn't doubt it. Probably more of a fourth dimensional energy. So, most likely. So that was new. And I got that energy around the Azores. So yeah, there's a lot of portals there. Obviously, it is away from civilization for the most part. So Yeah, they go a little bit more free. Like Bermuda is like free from our manipulation, at least at a certain level. So, all right, we're going to uh, yeah, yeah, the Azores, NASA, and their Nazi cover up energies, the Men in Black frequencies of NASA is what we can get, and then go to Alpha Centauri just to clean it all up. All right, okay, all right, blessings. Here you go. Greetings, consciousness of the Azores. You say we are Atlantean to a certain level. Well, we are, you can say, descendants of that frequency. Yes, of course, there are Atlantean beings that are still struggling with their world. Many of them are angelic beings trying to assist your world. Are they successful to a certain level? But there is pushback from the lower frequencies, as you know. As for the Azores pyramid energies, there is a lot of knowledge in these pyramids that is kept secret for various different reasons. Basically, much of it can't even be accessed in your physical realm. There is portions of it can be accessed, but basically, as your vibrations rise, pyramids like this will start to become easier to access. Their Akashic record. Right now, they're keeping much of it sacred for various different reasons, not just here. And the pyramids that are hidden usually are more powerful than the ones that are seen. They're hidden for a reason. So it's basically when they're hidden, they're just less tampered with, you could say. Well, at least by human consciousness, and it's underwater, nobody really knows about it. So it's just, it's there without interference. But yes, the ancient Atlanteans, many of them had the ability to hover from the ground, see into the future, heal themselves. Connected technologies are very advanced to even help your civilization to improve upon itself. But where the Atlanteans lacked, yes, was human emotion. The knowledge is basically humans that are already here had a lot of emotional, turmoil, you could say. And the Atlanteans were not quite understanding of that. They didn't really understand the depth of what type of world this was. Yes, as an experiment to them, or it was a home. But then they eventually, not all Atlanteans were not all the same, of course. But for those that lacked, like it had a version of emotion, but not like what this world had. As they gathered more of the emotions of human consciousness, that's where more of their darkness came through. Yes, as they became more human. And some of them really enjoyed it. They like that revenge energy, they like that anger frequency. It's not something they're used to. And then it was taken, it went out of control. It's like basically think of like an Atlantean being that just has gone mad. And the Atlanteans take that person in, an individual, and study it. Because they like to never seen this before, not in their species. Of course, Atlanteans, there's different type of Atlanteans. There are elitist Atlanteans, your occult Atlanteans, and your Atlanteans are just healers and just have no agenda. And there was always an agenda with Atlanteans, but just like your world, there's different social classes. And yes, obviously now you see all the different type of versions of Atlantis because everyone's seeing a different. Well, you are a modern version of it to a certain level, the human version of it, and basically we see humans seeing, be able to heal more of the emotional side. You can still have your emotions, but just once again balancing out the darkness so you can think more clearly on a massive scale. But there are, yes, many humans here. I just love their dark side. Just love it, can't get out of it, and just even lost in it. Like that's all they see. And to them, it's you can say it's an adventure of, well, it's an experience of the soul, but some of them can't get out of it either. Like they need drama, they need, they trigger people, they need to be in situations so they can get a high off of it. And a lot of the Atlanteans fell for that themselves. But basically, the Atlantean energies, as they became more human, it was, I wouldn't call it a virus, but they all started to act the same. Maybe not all of them, but quite a few of them did. Well, they just didn't trust each other anymore. They lost their psychic abilities. Some of them did, and became more of a Martian savage race, as some of you remember. But they had still a powerful mind control ability, but usually wasn't of the most positive. And you see that like with your news agencies, those still using that mind control programs, even some of your politicians. News shows it's the best because it has like a hypnotism built into it. And it's professional hypnosis. It's just the way it's all designed. So the Azores frequency, now Azores itself is a healing. It's the area itself is a healing. Even has Lemurian frequencies to it. Doesn't mean it'll heal you completely, but it can release the much of the programming of human society. Yeah, you can feel just your lots, almost lighter, thinner. You can say less emotional. You still have emotions, but less traumatic emotions. At least you're using more of your heightened energies, depending on who you are. So many are going to the pyramids for energy healing, but the Azores has a very strong power to it. Yes, a well-known secret, you could say, or not well-known secret. So blessings. Greetings to you, master consciousness. Yes, of course, it is there for you to not know anything. The gatekeeper of space. Yes, controlled by your Congress, controlled, of course, by your shadow government. Not everybody in Congress is aware of it. Yes, you have to know certain individuals. Now, obviously, there's a public version, and then there's obviously a shadow version, where all this alien knowledge is known. Just like your archaeologists, all of that's known somewhere. But kept a lot of your museums, like your Louvre, yes, they have a public version and a shadow version. It's also connected to your Vatican. I don't believe your Pope is aware of a lot of this. No. He's just there to shake hands. But as for NASA itself, has a reptilian grip on society, enjoys a lot of now also reptilian beings, you say, have their own fear of humanity, of what it's capable of, as you see it yourself. So there are beings just trying to keep you safe from yourselves. So it's another way of looking at it. It's like, yes, we know a lot of humans are good, but a lot of them are animals. So we're actually keeping the aliens safe for now. So as you know, there's a barbarian side of humanity that has not been healed. And no matter how many energy healers you have here, it's not quite looked at that way. I mean, just because you're not around it doesn't mean it's not there. So a lot of your aliens, yes, you might say what you want about reptilians. They are doing this to protect you. You might not believe it, you might get all mad, but you're not seeing, most are not seeing the full picture. So, and some, yes, they need an alien because they need ET in their home. They need, maybe, yes, ride on a bike somewhere, just, feel like they have a teddy bear or someone that loves them, which you can say some of these aliens will be lovable. But even in the movie E.T., usually the government wasn't very friendly to it. So, but in this case, it's really just to keep the aliens safe from humans. Now, obviously, our aliens are not exactly the safest for humans, but humans kind of thrive off of that too. So to heal this barbarian side of the human race, it's not, yes, the easiest. Well, it's up to human. It's up to the individual to, soften their darkness to allow light more come in. Now, some are being congratulated to be so dark, and that's fine, but you're not going to get your aliens in, or many other things for that matter. It's like once the humanity cleans itself up, it just sobers up from all its darkness, and yes, balances it if it even wants to, but most don't. Most feel like they have no problem whatsoever, and some of them are obviously psychotic. So there are alien beings doing this for your own good, if you like it or not. I mean, even reptilian worlds, there are one, yeah, they're horrible to each other, but then they soften up and accept everybody, even if they don't like each other. So this world has gone beyond a reptilian manipulation. It's like some feel like reptilians are the worst beings, but one of the most difficult ones. But humans here are pretty difficult, as you can see. And healing that will take some time. Well, it has to want now. If some of you are individually doing it, yes, but is that on like a worldwide? No, not yet at least. Let's see. Greetings, the energies of Alpha Centauri. Greetings to you. Yes, we are a foreign frequency. Yes, we're not usually connected to you by worlds like, well, your world in general. Well, some feel like Alpha Centauri is not, yes, dark enough or not risque enough, or you'd be surprised how many feel that way. Not daring enough, not adventurous enough. Of course, we have plenty of that, but you'd be surprised. That's one of the reasons we're not connected to. Well, we're just we're part of your neighborhood. There are some of you there, of course, on a multi-dimensional level. There's a lot of you there to heal yourselves. Well, some of you go to Alpha Centauri to heal and then come back to Earth and do it again, and again, and again, and then go somewhere where you can cool your jets, because some are not finished with this planet, no matter all the conflict here. So, as for the dark, we can connect to what we just said with the reptilians, and yeah, it's true. Well, humans have brought in a canine side of itself, maybe not the most healthy side of just kind of like an attack dog. Now, obviously, some have cat abilities too, but even with a cat and a dog, you say with a dog side, those that have like a toxic canine side are unstoppable. Cats have that too, and yes, they have doing now. The cat people that are here use their intuitive abilities. Yes, manipulate, keep things quiet, try to get people to go, try to get people to manipulate others, like in bar fights and stuff, and just sit there and watch. Yeah, sneaky. But a canine person that's completely toxic is almost like unstoppable force. This feels like it can do anything. And canines and cats can be programmed. So canine beings, we're talking about humanoid, humans with a lot of canine connected to them. Some can be mind controlled or not. Easily mind controlled and not ever know it. Well, you see like dog whistles, things like that. Obviously on a human level, it's much different. It's just they're more accessible. Cats are a little bit better able to fight it off sometimes, but it can cause a nervous, emotional reaction for they just act psycho sometimes out of nowhere. But canine people can do that, just sometimes worse. It depends. Some can be very kind and just be the nicest being you've ever met. And some canine people can be just out of their minds. As some of you see it. It's like some of your cartels. You can probably, he has a reptilian / canine being / feline person. Yeah. It's like you're dealing with a super soldier on a human level. Yeah, just and some of that interesting, like some of your cartels, yes, they do have mother issues, father issues. I'd be surprised many have mother issues. And some of them have mothers that just want to weaponize their kids. So there's that. So just a lot of layers here to unravel. Yes, take some of your cartel people. Yes, give them therapy. If they're not doing mind control on it, because a lot of them do that. Because being trained astrally to do it. They don't know how well. Some of them sell themselves out to a certain level. But to heal, yeah, the gang energy here, not the easiest. To heal that will really release a lot of negative timelines. There's so many agendas here. That's the thing. It's like you want to heal your planet. There's so many agendas. It's like it's amazing your world can breathe. As some of you can probably see that. So, listen.